2024 NBA draft players and picks and rankings and states and mocks. The 2024 NBA draft begins Wednesday in New York with the Atlanta Hawks on the clock holding the number 1 overall pick. And there will be 58 total selections over 2 rounds, and with the draft being held across 2 days for the first time in its history. And the big question, by the way, heading into the draft, is there a consensus top pick and which teams could check up the top 10? And how will teams such as the San Antonio Spurs and use their multiple draft picks to build around their stars, and will Brown James be drafted and during which round? And we provide you with a one-stop shop for everything you need to know times and locations and draft order and the top prospectus and rankings and mock drafts and states and more, and read about the draft's best players and what to expect this week. And round 1 Wednesday at 8 p.m. at 8 p.m. time ET, and the coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. time ET on ABC and ESPN and ESPN Plus. And round 2 Thursday at 4 p.m. at ET time and ABC and ESPN and ESPN Plus. And Wednesday's round 1 will be at Barclays and Center in Brooklyn, and with Thursday's round 2 at ESPN and Sheppard District Studios in Manhattan. And some of the invited players, by the way, who will be on site in New York include French forward and like Zaccharie Risacher, and French forward center Alex Sarr, and UConn center and Donovan Clingan, and Kentucky guard and G-League Ignite forward Matas Buzelis, and UConn guard and Stephen Castle, and Tennessee forward Dalton Kenneth, and French forward and G-League Ignite forward Ron Holland, and Colorado wing and Cody Williams, and Providence guard Devin Carter, and Baylor wing, and two-time Naismith award winner Zash Eddy, and who is projected to be a first round pick, will watch the draft with his friends and family at Brugge. And there will be 58 picks, by the way, in their year's draft in 1 to 30 on the first night and 31 to 58 on the second. The Hawks won the NBA lottery for the first time since it began in 1985 season, and despite having 3% odds of winning it, and it will be the fourth time, by the way, the Hawks have the top pick, and was the first since 1975. And the San Antonio Spurs and Portland Trail Blazers have the most picks, by the way, with 4 picks, and the Spurs have 2 top 10 picks and number 4 and number 10, and 2 second round picks and number 35 and number 48, and the Trail Blazers, by the way, the Trail Blazers have 2 lottery picks and number 7 and number 14, and 2 second round picks and number 34 and number 40. And the Brooklyn Nets, by the way, the Brooklyn Nets are the only team with no picks, and the Philadelphia 76 ERS and Phoenix Suns were each forced to forfeit second round picks for violating rules and governing the timing of free agency discussion. And the Sixers still have 2 picks, and the Suns have 1. And this class, by the way, has been widely banned for its lack of star power as a top for some time, and there is certainly trust to that with no one player, by the way, you can point to with defensive all-star potential, and let alone several as we are typically accustomed to seeing. And instead we find a group of high-end role players, and with several prospects who project to be elite defenders expected to be among the top players picked, and others with question marks regarding their size and perimeter shooting or readiness to contribute, making up the rest of the lottery. And outside of the top picks, this is a fairly normal draft, and not all that unlike the 2023 draft beyond the top 3 selections in that group. And there is significant depth and throughout the first round and into the second.